Ava does have a point. After all, the victims before now have all been carried away after we were shown their terrible wounds.
エリカちゃん、現場をそのままで保存したいだろうが、今回はちょいと折れてもらうぜ。
どうぞご勝手に。私にとって興味があるのは、金蔵さんの書斎よりはるかにまともな密室が出現したことだけです。死体には興味ありませんので、どうぞご自由になさってください。
Ballard's expression was clearly unhappy, but she ignored him completely.
搬出していただいて結構ですよ、死体。あ、それとも私が邪魔ですか？
Erica backed away from the door to open a path. There was no trace of any sadness for the dead. Her eyes simply blazed at the thought of this close-room murder that had appeared. In any event, the great detective had given her permission. Ava and some others wrapped Hideyoshi up in the sheets, and Goda and Rudolph carried him out. The sheets were quickly stained red. It was so painful to see that Shena and Kumasawa stripped the blanket off the bed to further cover the corpse.
え、どいてますよ。
客前運ぼう。はい。
あなた。いいこと？みんな。これからは常に団体行動。絶対に孤立してはダメ。
犯人は源氏さんを襲った時点でマスターキーを得ているはずだ。世情がもはや安全を保証しないことは明白だぞ。
Barricade the door.
しかしチェーンまでされていたのにどうやって。
Nail the door closed.
不可能だ。鎧戸もチェーンロックもしっかりかかっていた。マスターキーがあったってあの部屋に押し入るのは不可能だ。
きっとベアトリーチェ様の仕業ですよ。ベ
アトリーチェ様のはずありません。
Why? How would you know that,
希望が
Shannon?
解かれ、すでに儀式の意味は失われたはず。
Interesting you would say that, Shannon.
わかるものか。こんなの魔女にしか不可能だ。
魔女にしか不可能ですか。
God damn it.
いい響きです。
エリカちゃん、話を聞いてる？
Not at all.
私たちはこれから全体行動って決まったわ。
She doesn't give a fuck.
私たちはまず秀吉さんの遺体を客前へ運ぶ。探偵ごっこはそれからにしない？
When she heard the voice-playing detective, Erica grimaced visibly. Good. Then everyone stumbled out. She took a single step into the now empty guest room and looked around and burned the scene into her eyes. Erica claimed to have photographic memory. If it was true, these few seconds were more than enough for her. Later on, she could sip black tea in the parlor while perusing the photograph of the scene inside her memory, playing the part of an armchair detective. Then suddenly her eyes stopped on the closet off to the side. Closet for hanging overcoats. It was large enough to fit a coat on a hanger. A person should be able to hide in it. Slowly, Erica stretched her hand out towards the closet. Erica's shoulder was grabbed roughly from behind. Why the persistence in not having Natsui exposed? I mean, why not investigate the scene for her? Just let her do whatever the fuck she wants. Why the persistence?
Can't
we, wait 5 minutes to move Hideyoshi's corpse? I think all of this is in an effort to get Natsui to repent. Or be singled out as the culprit.
私が旅行に行くと必ず人が死ぬってお約束がありまして。
Beautiful.
ほら、何してやがるガキども。早く来い。
Rudolph told them to hurry. After clicking her tongue and glaring at the closet, Erica followed Battler back to the parlor for the time being. The sound of the footsteps finally faded. The time of terror when I feared that even the dripping of the cold sweat that covered my cheeks might be noticed had finally ended. With my hand that still couldn't stop trembling, I slowly opened the closet door and dashed out into the hallway. I've heard there's been a problem. I've heard yelling. It's alright, no one's found me. Still, it's a good thing they didn't lock the door. If they had, I wouldn't have been able to lock behind me after I left, and they'd find that suspicious. Anyway, I should leave this place. Then I'll return to my room, pretend that I was sleeping the whole time. Yeah, that'll go over well. Hideyoshi. His corpse was found in the guest room on the first floor of the mansion. A demon stake had pierced through his back, the tip of it reaching far into his lung. Because he was lying face down on the bed, it is unthinkable that this was suicide. Anything on this side I haven't read? Nah. Yes, if I don't get back soon, a new murder has occurred. Then they'll probably try to tell me about it. And they'll probably do it shortly after they carry Hideyoshi's corpse back to the parlor. I can get around a phone call by saying I was asleep and didn't notice, but if they come knocking directly, that'll be bad. Because we know how Ava knocks. I had to get back quickly before they try to force their way in. I don't know whether I should run out noisily, hide my footsteps and walk in secret, or walk around normally as though nothing has happened. At the very least, it'll be bad if I bump into them on their way back to the parlor. Anyway, I'll head to my room at a quick pace without being noticed by anyone. I pass through the hall to the lobby. If I go up the big staircase to the lobby, my room is just a little bit... God damn it! Just as she was about to go to the large staircase, Natsui heard Erika call out to her, and was so surprised she had visibly jumped.
Fuck!
それはありがとうございます。それで何かありましたか？
今、夏日さん、階段を登ってました？
No, this is my workout routine before going to sleep. I go upstairs constantly. I'm fucked.
夏日さんの部屋って上ですよね？
No, it's downstairs. Erika coldly pointed out this strange fact. Natsui cursed her bad luck.
寝つけなくて客間に戻ろうとしていたのですが。
Then why were you going upstairs?
自分の部屋に鍵をかけたか不安になり戻ろうとしたのです。
That's good enough for me. And oh, Jesus, this is so bad.
心配性なのでよくあることです。気にしないでください。
ああ、よくありますよね。そういうの。記憶力に自信のない人にありがちな癖です。
Thanks, Erika. We already know you're fucking perfect, so you don't have to worry about that. Normally, she would have realized that Erika was clearly making fun of her and might have put on an annoyed expression. However, right now, Natsui is extremely relieved to hear Erika admit that this sort of thing happened a lot.
エリカさんこそお一人でどうしたんですか？
Don't ask that! No! That implies that you know that they're moving as a group. No! No! Stop it, Natsui.
例の客室を調べようかと思いまして。
客室？
Yeah, that's a good one. Don't say why are you alone though. That's foolish. That's foolish. Just say why were you coming to meet me or something like that. You know, I was gonna just go get you or something. You ask like, oh, why? What happened or something like that.
大変なことになったじゃないですか。
I don't know because I've been in my room this entire time.
現場検証は私の権利ですので。
What crime? Erika's probing gaze appeared deep into Natsui's eyes. She could tell. Erika was already suspecting Natsui. Judging by the subtle nuance in her words, she must be planning to make me slip up and reveal that I know about the crime with Hideyoshi. Well, I supposedly haven't been told about it yet. Natsui played down and asked what had happened again.
何か。
いえ、何でも。また最初の事件の繰り返しですね。
どういう意味ですか。
またあなたは自室で。そして今回もそのアリバイを証明できないわけですよね。
I love being framed for all of this.
おっしゃっている意味がわかりません。逆を言えば、私が自室にいなかったことをあなたこそどう証明されるわけですか。
おや、そうきましたか。ならばそれはおいおい。鍵は後にしてください。皆さんに重大な話があります。
Let me guess. She probably put something on her door at some point.
鍵を確認したら戻ります。先に始めていてください。
秀吉さんが殺されました。その件についてです。
Oh, Jesus. When did he die? When was he killed? Oh my god, I'm so clueless about this. She'd planned on using the need to check her lock as an excuse to escape to her own room, claimed to have a sudden headache and stay in her bed for the rest of the time. However, now that she had been informed of Hideyoshi's murder, it would be clearly suspicious to postpone that and escape to her room. She was already under suspicion just because she had been seen heading up the stairs to the second floor. She couldn't afford to do anything else suspicious. Natsui gave up and headed for the parlor as Erika had urged her to. This is a bad idea. When she opened the door to the parlor, Ava sobs poured out, and everyone glanced at Natsui with grave faces. Those gazes made it look as though they suspected Natsui. It was now painfully apparent to Natsui. This must have been what the man was after. It was a trap to create a baffling, closed room mystery and try to frame her for it. Thank you for noticing! Ah! It's only been painfully obvious from the first murder. Ugh. However, she couldn't have resisted. She couldn't sacrifice her husband's life. How do we even know he has him? How do we know he just didn't record him making muffled noises and just played it over the phone? How do we know that? That's possible. Who knows? I mean, obviously she's gonna care about him, but, I mean, how is he guaranteed that you're in there? Unless he's in the same room. If you'd left when Hideyoshi was killed, you would have seen the culprit and you would have known who it is. You never know. It's possible, though, that this could be framed, that he was killed after the chain was cut. Or someone was like under the bed at the time, or in the bathroom and came out. Like when they already opened the door and everyone was looking at Hideyoshi, they came out of there and made it seem like they were just part of the group that came in. Or, you know, acted like they came in with the group. And while it's true that I hid in the closet, that's all. I definitely haven't committed murder. I might be extremely suspicious, but I'm not the culprit. Yeah, good luck convincing Erika. And most importantly, I'm not under suspicion yet. I'll tell the police everything. I'll have to endure until then. I'm sure one of the servants is the traitor. Even in a situation like this, if I talk about my husband being hostage, the culprit will hear, and it might be used as an excuse to kill him.
ちょうど夏日さんが戻ってきてくれました。全員が揃ったところで、私から皆さんにとても重要な話があります。
重要な話？
重要な話です。最初の事件からをすべて皆さんの前で整理したいと思います。
それなら他の皆さんとなさってください。私はそういうことは警察に任せるべきと思っています。関心がありません。
整理した上で重要なお話があるのです。あなたにも誰にも断る権利はありません。
What? You can't just... Oh, Jesus, I hate her. Erika used her detective's authority to proclaim the start of an assembly. None of the pieces could disobey. God damn it, I hate this higher power that's forcing me to listen to her bullshit. Praying that she wouldn't become the topic of conversation, Natsui reluctantly sat on the sofa as she'd been urged to.
すみ その扉閉めてもらえます？
はい。
Hello? Why the fuck are you both answering? If they're the same person, though, that would explain it. Shannon Cannon closed the door. Because she said, could you close that door for me? It's a singular. Singular. So you could you? Trying to think, can you use you in the plural in that sense? Can you two? She would say you two if there are two people. Just saying. Possible. The dream's still alive! Chen and Cannon closed the door. Since they had just now decided to lock all the doors and windows carefully, Cannon locked it. The lock, which existed to protect the safety of this room, felt like a lock on a prison cell to Natsui, one that would hold her there and prevent any escape. Natsui still hadn't noticed. Though Erika had gone into the corridor to check the crime scene in Hideyoshi's room, her goal had changed. In other words, from Erika's point of view, the sound of the lock was truly...
Checkmate.
God damn it. Erika said that suddenly. Oh, it is both singular and plural. Oh, fuck me. Burn said that suddenly. I don't know, it's still odd that you'd say you. And then two people respond and go to simultaneously close the door. Usually in that kind of situation, it's like, oh, yo, can you close the door? And it's just one person that does it, not multiple people. I find it odd. Is all. Just saying, just saying. Throwing it out there. I want to keep that theory alive in my head. I'll pick out any line that I can think of.
殺させていろいろと手がかりを集めればいいのに。さあラムダ、すべての駒を集めなさい。ここからが一番面白いんじゃない。思い切り楽しみましょう。お互いどうかしらね。お手並み拝見と行くわよ。
24時のゲームセットを待たずにもう仕掛けてきたとはな。ベルンカステル教名。気の早い御人よ。
Are we already getting to the end of the game?
相当の早仕掛けですが、この段階でもう勝てる算段がある。
Jesus.
普段なら魔女の存在を主張するだけで勝てるけど、今回は夏日や金蔵や守るものが多いな。面倒な戦いになりそうね。
面倒な戦い。お、わらわの黄金の島で。これ以上の好き勝手はさせぬわ。受けて立とうぞ。ベルンカステル教フルドエリカ。
Just kidding, we're going to a different scene. The hell? In the Golden Land, the endless rain continued to fall. Battler was nowhere to be seen. It would be very soon to reach the time that Battler had joined in on the 5th game, and control of the pieces would be passed on to Battler. In other words, he would only be officially added to the game now in this final stage, where Byrne had pinpointed the culprit. So he had left the arbor a short while ago. Don't want to be late. Now that the only ones in sight were Virgilia, who continued to knit silently, and Beato, who sat there blankly amidst the smell of her black tea, not even putting the cup to her lips. Virgilia stopped knitting for a moment. And looked out across the vast golden rose garden that extended as far as the eye could see.
バトラ君は誰が犯人云々というだけのゲームなら もう二度と屈することのない力を身につけたと言えるでしょう。第4のゲームまでであなたは全てのメッセージを彼に伝えています。つまりバトラ君はいつでも全ての真実に気づいてもよいということです。しかし彼には甘えがある。だからこのままゲームを幾百と続けたとしても
You'll never do anything.
永遠に解けはしない。まるで青い鳥を探すかのように永遠にさまよい続けるだけ。
And that is you, Beatrice. It's the same for you. Even if this game continues 100 more times, you will never reach the answer you seek for all eternity. Burn will abuse the game without a doubt. Lambda Delta will also churn this game about with the utmost arrogance. At a glance, that may be humiliating and appear to you and Battler as though the game had been stolen from you. However, that is something the two of you need right now, to end Battler's naivete, to end your hesitation.
だからあなたはあの二人を呼んだのです。あなたたちの永遠の拷問を終わらせるために。あの二人はあなたに勝利か敗北のいずれかを与えるでしょう。しかしそれはいずれであってももはや慈悲に満ちたものです。あなたにももうそれは分かっているはず。
Virgilia faced Beato, whom she had come to adore as a daughter. Maybe because she is a daughter. Actually, no, I don't think she's Kumasawa's daughter. I think just Kumasawa probably took care of the person that Beato represents in the real world. With cold eyes that she must not have shown often. It was like the gaze of a mother who, instead of scolding, silently urged their child to reconsider their mistake.
Beatrice, あなたはいつまでそうして生きるでもなく死ぬでもなく天国に昇るでもなく地獄に落ちるでもなく煉獄山の頂上でぼんやりとしているつもりなの。私はワルギリア。彼を煉獄山に案内し頂上のあなたのところまで連れてきました。そしてあなたはベアトリーチェ。彼の手を取って天国へ登るか彼を抱いて地獄へ落ちるか選ばなくてはならない。
God, I love all these Inferno parallels here. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, we've already established that, at least in Inferno, that Beatrice is the ultimate goal, that she's the, you know, one true woman for what's-his-face, for Dante. Which I can substitute Battler in because it's a really nice fit, which would imply that Beatrice and Battler have had a relationship when they were kids. He had a relationship with Shannon when he was a kid. It works in that sense. And now he needs her to guide him to heaven. Did you know that the discord called purgatory, which lies in the gap between heaven and hell, is sometimes more torturous than even hell itself? On the gates of hell it is written that you must abandon all hope. A human without hope can accept their suffering and give up. However, the residents of purgatory have hope. Yeah, one day they'll get to heaven. One day. The question is, how long is that going to be? A hope of possibly reaching heaven, a hope that cannot be abandoned, and that tortures them. Even in the depths of hell, no greater torture device exists than the single pin known as hope.
飛びなさい、煉獄の崖より。淡く脆くてくだらない希望の未練ごと、パンドラの箱を開け放ってしまいなさい。
You know, whenever you open Pandora's box, usually it doesn't end up well, but you know. Sure.
怖いでしょ。箱を開けるのは。
Beato was silent, but with a single tear she nodded silently.
箱の中の猫は生きているのか、
Open the
死
box.
んでいるのか、それを確かめる時が来ました。死んでいる猫ならば、早く供養して天へ登ってもらいなさい。生きている猫ならば、早く餌を与えて、すべての愛情を注いであげなさい。生き死にに関係なく、あなたの猫箱は猫を永遠に冒涜しています。あなたが開くことを恐れた箱の鍵をあの二人が持ってきてくれましたよ。
Beatrice, it's time for you to die now. I hope that your heart is stopped by the hand of the person you desire. Oh, well then. Shit, a fuck ton of time's passing. Is it just gonna go straight to midnight? It is. Fuck me. Oh yeah, it's time to end it. All the pieces from the game board were gathered. All of the humans, furniture, witches, and the witches on an even higher level. Those witches' witches and the witches' witches' witches had gathered in one place. What kind of fucking cathedral is this? That place was like a sullen cathedral with an unbelievably high ceiling. Oh wow, that's right, it was a cathedral. White stonework. Golden ornaments. Those were there, though there were windows, there were no entrances or exits. It was strange, a strange place. Yeah? But for some reason, no one wondered where this strange place was. That's because it doesn't exist, and yet still exists. Because they were not given the right to think of this place as strange.
全員揃いましたであります。ご苦労様。そうかね。一体今ここに何人いるのかしら。何人いようとも18人を超えた存在は全て幻よ。
それを認めさせるのがわらわのゲームでな。
The three witches were seated on special thrones set up upon a very high balcony. In the center sat the game master Lambda Delta. And on either side of the semicircle balcony sat Byrne and Beatrice facing each other. Below them, Erica ran forward, lifted the corners of her skirt, and bowed respectively. Ah, Jesus.
大ラムダデルタ教、我が集会宣言をお聞き届けくださり、そして大ベルンカステル教、我が主、ご期待ください。必ずや主を苛む退屈の毒を一時であろうとも忘れさせてご覧に入れます。
I doubt it. Let's be honest here.